Good afternoon. I'm Samuel Joseph, and I'm with Kanishk, and we are going to present to you the tribe that we were assigned, Nez Perce. The Z is not silent. So the Nez Perce territory was located around the general area of Idaho, Washington, and Montana, as you can see in this map here. It was quite mountainous with lots of different rivers flowing inside where they would catch their fish, and leading to my next slide that impacted what they ate and how they lived. They did live a fairly nomadic lifestyle. However, once the colonials from the old world came over, they had to get on the move around more to escape the controlling power of the English. And part of their culture is that they love to do woven crafts and art. They were extremely well known for their woven silks, as you can see in this picture over here. They put on their horses and wear it on themselves. And you can see a quote from Chief Joseph. Now, Chief Joseph was one of the most memorable chiefs during Nez Perce's height, because he was a strong embodiment of a leader in what Nez Perce strives to be recognized as. In fact, if you look on our website that we made, and also Nez Perce's website, their logo shows an image of Chief Joseph. And next slide. So here we have how the area around the Nez Perce Indians impacted their culture quite directly. As you can see, what they ate and what they were in interaction with shaped their lives. They lived with lots of rivers with salmon, so they ate lots of salmon. They also ate bison, and they would use the skin from the bison to make their own leather garments, if you will. Even if you look at our Nez Perce's creation story, you can see animals taking a couple of the main roles in the story. So you can see how they take everything around their surroundings and implement it into their culture and lifestyles. And even from spiritually to physically, we could see how the terrain allowed for more traveling between areas within the territory. The Nez Perce Indians were commonly traded with neighboring tribes, and because the terrain was so easy to navigate and to travel on, they were able to trade more, and it was profitable as well. Now, I will now give it over to my partner Kanishk to go on with the next couple topics.
Starting off, we have the food of the Nez Perce people. Men mainly caught deer, elk, and other large animals, as these were the ones available in the nearby forestry. They also fished mainly for species such as salmon, but caught other fish as well. Women harvested fruits, nuts, seeds, and roots. These were very integral to their diet. Next, we have the homes. The model of settlements were dependent on the geography of the Nez Perce people. To start, the shelter of the tribe typically were either earth houses or teepees. As a result of living near an abundant amount of cedar trees and tule plants, the Nez Perce people used a lot of nearby materials to build a framework for their constructions. In the end, they would typically cover the frame in earth due to its accessibility and adhesive properties. Also, many of the Nez Perce people were known to be nomadic to an extent, as they moved around to hunt large game such as buffalo. This is of course due to the environment of the people and the animals that reside alongside in their locale. Next, we have the clothing. In specific, Nez Perce men wore buckskin shirts with leather leggings. Buckskin was made from horsehair, and leather leggings were made from cattle. Women oftentimes wore deerskin dresses that were sourced from deers. As a result of the harsh terrain that they lived on, the Nez Perce people had to wear moccasins, which had a hard sole texture for the purpose of protection, mainly from rock and cacti. Moving on, we have the arts of the Nez Perce people. These people were mainly known for making baskets, illustrations, and quillwork. As you can see in these examples, they valued geometric symmetry in their artwork, along with a mix of chaos, as you can see from the stringed race here. Also, folklore was very important in their society. Storytelling was a way to communicate morals and philosophy. Oftentimes, it included animal figures that alluded to different attributes of the human spirit. For instance, the coyote was used in joyful tales of tomfoolery and mischief, to serious tales that depict the nature of the environment around them. Lastly, we have the creation story. For the purpose of not stating the textual evidence over and over, I'm just going to go over the main values depicted in the narrative. Firstly, we have the environment. This was made clear through vivid imagery of the environment around them. Animals. The main figures of the narrative were animals that had special attributes to their character. Culture was apparent, as we could see from towards the end of the narrative. It talks about the speciality of the Nez Perce people in relation to the other tribes. Folklore, we can see that represented throughout the whole narrative, as is an example of how creation was made. Lastly, we have the lifestyle. The lifestyle is apparent in the ways the animals communicate with each other. Thank you for taking the time to look at our project.